Well, the conditions here are extremely harsh. There's hardly any water, any food, any sanitation, any security, any shelter. It's also one of the most remote areas in the country. Thousands of people have crossed the border just behind me from Sudan. Many of them are vulnerable, many of them are traumatized. We've spoken to women, we've spoken to children and the elderly who fled the terrible violence and have spent weeks, in some cases months, trying to reach this border, trying to cross into South Sudan to reach safety. Hundreds of thousands of people have crossed the border from Sudan here into South Sudan and have been assisted by IOM, the International Organization for Migration, through onward transport assistance. Now, this assistance is absolutely critical because what IOM and other UN agencies don't want is for refugee camps to spring up in this location because it is so remote. There is no infrastructure, there are no hospitals, there are no medical facilities, there are no resources of any kind for those vulnerable arrivals to tap into. This onward transport assistance is absolutely critical to avoiding the situation I'm describing, and it has involved IOM putting on over 1,200 flights away from Rank into Malakal, the capital of Upper Nile State. It's also involved sea transportation. Hundreds of thousands of people, as I said, are arriving. Over 100,000 have been helped to take boats away from Rank to Malakal, which is a 3-day journey overnight on the River Nile. And the conditions that they describe, what they witnessed, is completely horrific. Some say they fled violence, some say they fled bullets, some say they experienced sexual violence along the journey, some say they spent many, many days in the bush trying to reach this border. We spoke to one family, a mother with her 2 daughters and her own mother, who traveled all the way from the Sudanese capital, Khartoum, to reach this border and cross into safety. She was very traumatized, very upset, but thanking God that she had escaped with her life, as she put it. Well, there are massive concerns about the risk of disease, of hunger, and of further violence. This is one of the most remote places on earth. There's hardly any infrastructure in this area. There's no mobile or internet network of any kind in this area. There is no food supply in this area. There is no water in this area. So the risks and the concerns about diseases spreading are real. IOM, the International Organization for Migration, has been receiving people just at this border, providing vaccinations to people, medical checks to those arriving before they are transported into the main town of Rank for further assistance and care from IOM staff.
Definitely, there's no big difference. In other words, the situation seems to be getting more worse still in terms of the heads that we are delivering through supply chains, limited access and then the logistic challenges. So I could say it's worse than the previous month.
The impact is big. The work has been affected for a couple of months, and now it's been 3 weeks since the last shipment was delivered. It's extremely and negative impact.
We see less ships and aid coming. It's slow, delayed, and very costly. It's an unbearable situation across the country.
المويه يا حنين اللي بقول لك مصورين يلا خلاص كده التليفون ده عندي